What's up, guys? Welcome back to GTech Finance. My name is George, and we're gonna talk about the 1,400 stimulus checks and when are they gonna arrive. So let's get right into it. So Donald Trump was acquitted by the Senate, which means Congress can finally get to work on what they said they were going to do once January 20th happens and Biden gets inaugurated, and that's to pass the stimulus package we were expecting by the end of January, maybe early February, where the can keeps getting down the road, and now it's almost March, and we need to talk about timeframes and expectations going forward, because the stimulus package won't just open the door for stimulus checks, but it will provide important unemployment relief, which will also provide funding for more housing and rental assistance for schools, for the PPP, Paycheck Protection Program, EIDL, the SBA, and we can go on with a lot of three-letter acronyms. But yeah, $1.9 trillion has a lot of places to go, and right now Congress has nothing else but to focus on this bill. Congress keeps telling us they can walk and chew gum at the same time, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. Instead, I think together we can all say, hey, we've got Congress, no longer distracted by Trump. We could pop up, take some water, which I don't have right now, or whatever we'd like to drink, and we could just see when Congress is finally going to deliver the relief, and that's what I plan on outlining right now. So the easiest way to do this is by looking at some calendars, and sorry, I can't right now show them to you because there's some problem in my camera, but now we're not really talking about stimulus anymore, it's just relief. So on the calendar of the House of Representatives and the Senate, we can see that the 15th of February is the President's Day, and so for the whole week, Senate and House is in kind of recess. So not the entire Congress is going to be there. We're just going to finalize some stuff about the bill or some minor committees meetings. But yeah, I guess it's important to celebrate President Day's week. And even stock market's going to be open, and for some reason Congress is closed. So yeah, looks like they need a whole week off. Anyway, House of Representatives does plan to hold votes as early as 23rd of February. So this is the House calendar, and the leader of the majority, Stephen Honey, said that we'll see here, and we're not going to see much happen till the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. So these days are pretty much lost, President Day's week. And the votes are postponed until the 23rd of February in the House of Representatives only. So it's most probably going to pass because of the Democrat majority, and they're going to go on for 24th, 25th, and 26th for the votes, which is going to be dedicating to getting votes done by the House of Representatives. Don't get too excited, even if it's going to pass the House with the Democrat majority, because let's say for the HEROES Act with Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House and Democrat majority, it used to pass, arrive on Mitch McConnell's desk in the Senate, and completely dies. So even the first 2 weeks of March would actually be doing some committee work at the House of Representatives, but it's going to be 2 critical weeks for the Senate that will fully be in session. And the Senate has 2 choices. The first one is that within the first 2 weeks here, Chuck Schumer can coordinate with Democrats and make sure that all Democrats are on board with passing the stimulus package, because they have the majority, so it's going to be just enough to make it pass, with the $15 minimum wage that would phase in through 2025. And if Chuck Schumer gets a verbal okay from everyone, he can verbally agree with the Democrats that we're going to vote on this package, and we will get this package done without any committee meetings. Now, if this happens, I would expect that the stimulus package could get passed as soon as March 5th or perhaps 6th, actually just 5th because it's Saturday. And by 8th or 9th of March, it would be at Joe Biden's desk, and he would only have to sign it and provide the relief by the 15th for those who are suffering of unemployment. And the odds of this happening is around, I don't think it's really high. I'd say around 15% actually, because we have senators like Joe Manchin who won't accept the $15 minimum wage, and Kristen Sinema too. and they say no way. So we're gonna send back this bill to committee, and we're gonna rearrange it, and we're gonna have the Republicans want to arrange some amendments, even though they don't have the majority, and we're gonna have debates again and again, and we can kiss 3 weeks goodbye at this rate, because they're gonna raise their hands, offer up any kind of amendment they want for any reason, and every single amendment gets a set amount of time to debate, then to vote, even though we know that the vote most probably is not gonna be in their favor because they are a minority. But there are a ton of committees, and so every committee has to go through everyone's amendments. They gotta debate, they gotta vote on them, and then they're going to have a new bill potentially. Maybe they'll amend out $15 minimum wage. They'll have a new bill, and this new bill has to then get negotiated by the House once again. And if a bunch of amendments are passed in the Senate and the Senate passes the bill amended, then the bill can go back to the House to be cleaned up. The House is going to be doing committee work for the first 2 weeks anyway, and they're already planning on voting the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th of March. I'd even have votes set for the 22nd till the 25th of March. And by this way, before they go on recess, which starts 26th of March and doesn't end, like they don't go back to work until the 13th of April. They're literally gone for 2.5 weeks. So there's a big 2.5 week recess at the end of March. That's like, oh, we don't want to go past that, but it's possible if we go through the committee hearings, we're going to miss a week or two of unemployment in the House. And they're either gonna agree or make modifications, and they're gonna negotiate again on the bill, which will be passed sometime between 18th and 26th, and that does delay the arrival of the stimulus relief packages and checks. So we don't have the text yet to say, but if you start getting your unemployment at this rate, you're gonna start getting your unemployment again between 26th of March and 2nd of April, because for the prior weeks we're not gonna know yet what's going to happen because they are in recess. So as long as the bill passes at the 25th, right before the 2.5 week recess, and there's no modifications by the House, it's going to get done. We'll probably see stimulus checks around tax day, 15th or 16th April. And here we're going to say, I think, another 15% chance, and I'm just an observer. I'm trying to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. And the chance of seeing the stimulus checks in March or potentially the first couple of days of April is quite low. Unless if Chuck Schumer is able to get this bill done without going through committee. Because if this goes through committee and we get a bunch of amendments, we end up getting the $15 minimum wage removed, and the House ends up having to have another vote, and it's going to take another couple of weeks. So if they vote, let's say 12, 13, they can't vote on 12, 13, or 14th. So they're going to take, because it's a few more days of President Days week. So the bill can be passed for really a long time. So the chance of us seeing this as in the end of March is potentially really low. And we have a really 85%, so high chance of seeing this going at the end of the first week of April, or even the second week till the 16th, so till tax day. The tax day deadline is quite high. So in terms of movement, we're not seeing a lot of movement. In terms of overall package size of the $1.9 trillion. So I know Wall Street's really only pricing in about $1 trillion. It'll be interesting to see if that ends up leading to any kind of pump in the market, if a $1.9 trillion package starts looking more realistic, because till now, so far, everything I can tell, Congress is it's really uncertain what will happen in Congress with this package. But don't forget, Democrats have the power in the House and in the Senate, and they have the presidency. So I wouldn't be surprised to see $15 minimum wage somehow passing. And if it ends up disappearing in this round, then we end up seeing it, in a really long time. So if you'd consider sharing this video, it would be absolutely awesome. And I think it's going to be all for today. Please, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bell, and hope to see you next time.